Peace, peace. We live once again. The Black Ball Sports Podcast is live Monday, November the 10th. How you doing over there, Sam? Man,
Man, licking wounds, bro. Licking wounds like I've been doing. I mean, this has been a 2025 season, licking wounds, bro. So I'm getting a little dry licking wounds, man. But it getting a little sore doing this shit, man. But it's the season. It's the Commander season, bro. But all is well outside of that, man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Yeah, that's a tough loss, man. I guess you kind of expect it, but at some point you want to see a team put up some fight. No matter who the opponent is, because if Minnesota, not saying you was going to beat them, but put up a fucking fight. Don't let these guys just do what they're going to do. It looks like kind of like that year that we had our collapse, like people missing tackles, people not in the right places, and not receptive to coaching. It just kind of seems like anything that could go wrong is going wrong. Mad injuries, like that shit's crazy. Like I've never Detroit maybe, but I witnessed that from afar because I wasn't really following Detroit. Now I'm following this team, so
Right.
I'm just like guys dropping like flies, man. And now Dan Quinn is now going to take over defensive play calling. Like, when you start seeing stuff like that, it's like, all right, new coordinator's coming in. That's like, you know what I mean? First, you move him down to the field. It's like you got to do everything in formality because that's your friend to not just fire his ass. But he's out of there.
Yep. And we said that weeks ago. I called that weeks ago. I said if he don't get his shit together, he will get fired. And I know a lot of other Commander content creators, and they all do a phenomenal job. But I know a lot of them was scared of the fact, and they had a little bit of PTSD from the prior regime in Ron Rivera. Because one thing Ron Rivera would do is he didn't know when to get rid of certain people in his staff because they were all buddy. Well, Dan Quinn coming in here, previously being in Atlanta, being fired from Atlanta, this probably being one of his last coaching opportunities that he'll ever see in the NFL. He ain't going to fuck around and let somebody else get a chance because they're buddy. No, this team went to the NFC Championship last year. This team is underperforming on a catastrophic level, minus the injuries. Yeah, we got injuries. Everybody does. And yeah, we may have a lot more injuries than most. This year is kind of crazy. But like you said, the effort, it's just not showing. And this is the thing, because it's like offensively, we're missing 3 wide receivers. We're missing a running back. We're missing people. But you can't sit back and say that the offense isn't doing the best that they can. They threw up 22, 23 points with the people that they put on the field yesterday. I'm not sitting here blaming the offense today for what we've seen. The defense has not given up a punt or hasn't allowed a team to punt to them in damn near 2 weeks. Punt.
Damn.
I'm talking punt, bro. If Seattle gave us a gimme punt toward the end of that game, they didn't even have to do that. If you count that, bro, it like this defense right now is historically bad this last 4 or 5 games. When you piggyback that off of last year, we had a lot of holes, and people would say, how do you hurt the Commanders? The first thing they would say was get at their defense, run the ball, you know what I mean? Go at their corners. That's how you get them, because that offense is a juggernaut. And then you kind of, once you figure out the defense, if you had a defense good enough to go at our offense, you kind of systematically took care of that. There weren't many teams to do that. The one that did happen to win the fucking Super Bowl. So the defense the last 2 years has definitely underperformed. I like the way Joe Witt talked. He was a brother. I wanted to see him win. But at the end of the day, if he's not getting the job done, he's not getting the goddamn job done. There's too many people wide ass open. The zones, you got things from a scheme standpoint that just make no sense. It's just a shit show. You know what I mean? And Dan Quinn is going to take over because we need a new voice in there. But we all know, like you said, the writing is clearly on the wall that we will have a new sheriff in town calling the defense next year. And I'm not mad at it, man. Something had to happen in this shit show of a year. He had to take the blame. He had to fall on the sword. It was his side of the ball that was lacking terribly. You know what I mean? And he had to take it. And I'm not mad at it, bro. I'm not.
Yeah, and the defense didn't start off like this.
Nah.
The defense started off as a strong point for the team. Stopping the run. Amos was playing great. Even Lattimore was playing even better. I can't even explain what happened. The roster was never that good. We all kind of known that.
Yeah.
They overachieved last year like a mug.
Yeah.
And you even seen it like when you played a team like that game wasn't even competitive. Like outside, turnovers, whatever, but the game wasn't competitive at all.
You talking about NFC Championship?
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
you know who the better team was. It was clear.
Right, right. And and that's just what it is. Detroit probably even gives us a better matchup, even though they was injured, whatever the case may be. But yeah, it got to be a total roster like deconstruction. And now he got his hands full. AP, we're gonna really see what he's made of, this year, this off season, because when you go to the MC Championship game and you got a great quarterback, you're able to mask some of that stuff. But when that's not gelling like it's gelling and he's not saving the team no more, you get to see those deficiencies. So I think this is probably the most important offseason ever for Washington, if you really think about it. Either sink or swim.
Yeah,
And
it looks
people think you don't have like the resources, so you're gonna have to try to get those.
well, it looks like from a good perspective, we're gonna get a real nice draft pick this year. So hopefully he can go ahead and do what a GM does and can finagle that into some more picks. Hopefully somebody needs a quarterback. I was talking like this last week, and I know you were kind of like, yo, chill on it, but I seen the writing on the wall, dog. And I'm looking at the schedule, and next week is probably the last winnable game on our schedule. Minnesota, maybe. Let's see what Dan Quinn does with the defense. He's still playing with the same chess pieces as fucking Joe Witt does. Maybe he could just put people in the right goddamn spots. But now he's down both his starting corners, all three of his defensive ends. It's a shit show, man. But that being said, I'm glad you kind of talked about Adam Peters, because Adam Peters definitely, I'm not saying that next year is give us what we need or you're fired in the fourth year type shit, because I'm of the notion, get that man some time, be patient with him. He is still in his second year as being a GM. He's going to do good things. He's going to do bad things. He's going to take his lumps. If overall you think he's taking this team in the right direction, then stick with him through the good times and the bad times and see what happens at the back end of it. But next year is very important, because this year, and I'm going to give him a mulligan for this reason and this reason only. Last year's free agency crop wasn't as strong as you would have liked to see for him to make some of the moves that you would like to see. But he's going to have to empty out that piggy bank a little more. Stop being so goddamn tight with the wallet and give some people some money. DeMarcus Lawrence wanted to come here, but he didn't want to give him a 2-3 year contract. He wanted to just keep him at the one. Brother, we may have to do something a little different than that. If we got some DNs of people that want to come here, we may have to empty the wallet just a little bit more to get some fucking talent in here. Kendrick Bourne, he went to the 49ers. He's out there balling for them. He was thinking about coming with us. We could use a Kendrick Bourne right now as a wide receiver. I think Adam Peters is being a little cheap with the pocket. I'm going to give him a little criticism when it comes to the Terry situation, because if he'd have backed up just a little bit and gave that brother his money from the get-go, we wouldn't be dealing with some of the shit we're dealing now. He deserves blaming that too. So I'm thinking that Adam, in my opinion, I'm not selling out on Adam Peters. I'm not throwing him under the bus. I want to get that brother patience, but at the same time, empty that fucking wallet a little bit. Stop being so goddamn tight. And if there's premier talent out there that you can get while we draft at the same time, getting people their money, man, because we can't get these 1 year, $4 or $5 million contracts to these 38, 39 getting out the league motherfuckers anymore, thinking that we could just put pieces here and put pieces there while we build the roster. No, we're in a Super Bowl window still. I still have our team as a perennial playoff contender and beyond, going into next year and beyond, not this year. But he has to make some serious moves, man, and empty that wallet a little more, bro.
What do you say got to guys like Emmanuel Forbes out there playing very great? St. Juice, but even though they were trash in Washington, what do you say about those guys that you can see over there now? They're thriving where they're at.
Good for them.
Montez Sweat.
Montez ain't doing shit.
Damn.
I'll give you Emmanuel Forbes because he's been in the news the last couple of weeks. But my brother Montez ain't doing shit. Exactly what he did over in Washington. He'll pressure the hell out of the quarterback, but he got 4 sacks on a year right now, man. I'm not mad at the Montez. Look, man, listen, this seems to happen, and this is why I don't really like Twitter, because our fan base, for some weird reason, we like to glaze people that are no longer on our team. We love to just glaze these motherfuckers. So we'll highlight what's going on. Look what St. Juice is doing. He got a pick. He hasn't got a pick before. Look what Emmanuel Forbes is doing. Look, I'm happy for all of them. I don't want to see them leave our organization and then bomb. But some people need a fresh start. Some people need it. Yeah. I'm not going to question my development of my team because Benjamin St. Juice was with Ron Rivera for 4 years and Emmanuel Forbes was with Dan Quinn for a half a year and the shit didn't work out. Let them brothers go and do their thing, man. I wish them the best of luck. They didn't work out here. Now, if 6-7 years down the line, if we see a Trey Amos go somewhere and thrive, but we see all these other people go places and thrive, and Now we can start questioning it like we are the Giants when we start seeing a track record of this really happening. Let's see them do it on a consistent basis, and if they do, good for them. I'm not mad at it, but I don't put much on it, man.
Yeah, sometimes you need a new just like us, we had Josh Jobe in Philly. He couldn't even get on the field, but he's playing great in Seattle. It happens.
Look at your linebacker. What's that linebacker y'all got? Fucking help me out.
Vaughn.
Yeah, look at Vaughn. Look at Zach Vaughn.
Christian Ellis that played for the Falcons. He was with us.
Come on, man.
So yeah, yep, it happens. It happens. So the crop, man, there was some good games on yesterday. Who would you say is the cream of the crop? I'm not impressed by the Colts, man. I was telling people now that the running back is doing his thing. Obviously, he might break the record this year if he keeps on that pace, But I'm not impressed with Daniel Jones. I'm really not impressed with the Colts. I don't think, as far as the AFC, I'm still going to go with Kansas City being the cream of the crop until somebody takes them out. I'm going with Kansas City. I'm not being, even New England, I'm not fooled by that. I feel like New England is a flash, in the past, and they're going to get in the playoffs, and it's going to be a lot for those rookie quarterbacks or second-year quarterback because he's never been there before. Daniel Jones, I think, is going to choke, with constant pressure. So let's start with the AFC. Who you think's the cream of the crop? But then we'll go to the NFC.
I don't think the AFC is as strong as it has been in years past. I think it could be had, but I don't think any team's strong enough to beat Kansas City. I don't. And I'll go a step further because even though Baltimore isn't anywhere close to where they've been in years past, if they get into the playoffs, Indy ain't beating them. You know what I mean? Who else did you say? Indy's not beating them, and New England's not beating them in the playoffs. So, like, I'm not buying it. Shout out to my man Taylor, though, because he's from Salem, Jersey, South Jersey. So shout out to that brother, man. I want to see him do great things. So I'm glad he's out there balling. But I'm not sold on Daniel Jones either. I don't want to play him because he always cooked us. So I'm glad we don't got the coach this year because we'd have no Hall of Fame. But, I've never been sold on Daniel Jones. I think the Colts got something fun and something new over there, but they're a product of a very weak division, a very weak schedule. And when they go up against premier talent, you see what happens to them. They're the type of team that'll go in, maybe get a second seed and get their doors blown off at home in the first round against a Baltimore or something going in there with the 6th seed or something. So I'm not buying that. New England has some good pieces. I think New England is on a good track, a good pace to do things from years to come. But I'm not buying that either. That division don't look as strong as we thought, and whoever they play in the first round can cook them too. So, I don't buy the Steelers. I don't buy the Chargers. I don't buy the Bills. Who else we talking about? Like,
right?
I think damn near the Chiefs by default, and even if it wasn't by default, it'd be the Chiefs. But I think the Chiefs got a little bit of an easier road to get to the Super Bowl in years past. Man, I really do.
What about the Broncos?
I'm glad you brought them up because that defense is championship level.
Yep.
That defense is championship level, and they got a good coach that hides a lot of the deficiencies of their quarterback. They like to give my man a lot of credit, and he's doing this and he's doing that, but they don't really talk about his very ugly-ass games that he has. He can lose them a game, and I'm glad that who's my man Bart? He used to play for the Ravens. He's a commentator now. Bart Starr. Okay. Bart Starr, right? He was on a TV show, and he was like, people don't talk about the fact that the Broncos are winning in spite of Bo Nix. Bo Nix is hurting this team. This quarterback is hurting this team. And I'm glad a brother said it because you won't see anybody else talking about it. And it ain't to bring up black-white thing, but you won't know about it because they don't talk about it if you're not watching them. And he's not really moving me too much. So they got a championship defense for sure, but I'm still not sold on Bo Nix all the way to take them up past a Patrick Mahomes and get to that next level and go to the Super Bowl.
Facts. Yeah, same here. So NFC, man, I'm gonna until we got tonight's game coming up in a couple hours. I'm gonna right now until I see the Eagles play tonight, put the Rams as the top team in the NFC. Right now I think the Eagles these next couple weeks we need to go out and prove it. First with a big win in Lambeau tonight and winning next week. If we split, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. But I think we need to win this game. I think we're a better team. We got the Lions coming to Philly. We need to win that game. Mm-hmm. If we win those two games, then I'll still put us as the cream of the crop. Because even that Rams game, I mean, they was handling us for a minute in that game. It was early in the year.
Yeah.
It almost turned out to a little blowout. We did come back, but I'm gonna go with obviously Seattle. I think they're a good team, but I don't trust the quarterback, Sam Darnold, until he proves me otherwise. So one guy I know that can get it done. And I don't trust Golf, but I know that Stafford can get it done.
Yeah.
So if I had to, I'll go. Then after that, I'll go probably. Again, you got to win these next two: the Eagles, then the Lions. And then Seattle. So the Rams, Eagles, Lions, Seattle, and then maybe Tampa after that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna give a ranking because I really don't. Until proven, like, okay, you coming from a fan's perspective, you saying until proven otherwise, you don't think you guys are the cream of the crop. I'm gonna say from an outsider's perspective, until proven otherwise, you guys are the cream of the crop because y'all won the Super Bowl and y'all still sitting right there up top. So I'm gonna put y'all there, but I'm gonna put y'all there with the Rams. I'm gonna put y'all because you made a good point. You know what I mean? The Rams had y'all for dead, and then they let that shit go. But y'all win a game. It is what it is. So I'll put y'all there, the Rams there. I'll put the Seahawks there. I'll put the Lions there, and I'll put the Green Bay Packers there based off of what happens tonight. And here's what I'll say: depending on who's hot coming out of the NFC going into January and February, watch out. Because all these teams that I just said had their ups and their downs, and it's almost like they're all talented enough to do their thing in the NFC. But who's going to be the hot team? Who's going to be the most, the team with the most momentum? Who's going to be the healthiest team going down the stretch out of them 5-6 teams? Because right now it looks like nobody could beat Seattle. But what are they going to look like in January? You know what I mean? That remains to be seen. So I think that whoever the hottest team is in January will kind of prove themselves. But if you ask me now, until beaten, it's y'all, man.
Yeah, and we'll see. Again, we got to take care of business. Tonight, I guess we could I was trying to wait for the injury report to come out tonight.
Okay.
It's supposed to have came out, but nevertheless, I think everybody's gonna be a full go except for Cam Jurgens.
Okay.
On our side, I know they're missing a couple players. I think Dobbs, the tight end, is out. Kraft is out for the year.
Big one. That tight end's a big one.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think if we could stop the run, they don't get crazy, and I'm excited with Phillips, man, coming in. Hopefully, he's every bit as good as advertised because we're gonna need some, help. We can't just have guys standing there like y'all and nobody coming through.
Jesus,
we're gonna get shredded. You know what I mean? Like nobody's coming through. So if we can start getting a pass rush, I think that we could be very, very good. And disrupt Love, maybe force him into a interception, fumble, strip sack, something like that. But I want to see us establish the run because you don't want to get into 38, 30 and longs with them guns coming at you, boy.
Nah, you don't.
You don't want to get into that. I don't care who you are, what quarterback. Just don't want to get into that. They got great safeties. Cornerbacks ain't so good, but they safeties is dogs.
And they linebackers are fast as shit. So you don't want to get third behind the sticks with that defense. They fast, man.
Right. So it got to be a physicality game. Beat them motherfuckers up on both sides of the ball. Run, pound and rock, keep them off the field. And the same thing with defense. Get after Love, punch him in his mouth, put blood in his mouth. I think we can come away with a W, man, tonight. But we shall see. We shall see. I mean, I'm feeling good about the game. Some games I don't feel good about. I'm feeling pretty good about this game that we can, take them handily, in my opinion. But we'll see. They got to prove
the elements may play a big part in this game. I think it's going to be cold as shit. It's cold as shit out here today. I don't know if it's going to snow or not. Do you factor weather into this game at all?
Nah. I mean, it's cold here. I mean, it's not cold like Green Bay, but it'd be cold as hell here.
It's cold as shit here today.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. These guys are getting millions of dollars, man. You got to be able to play. Now I know guys don't like it.
Yeah,
obviously, but you got to be able to go out there and perform, man. AJ's back this week, so I want to see some big things. I don't think nobody can guard him. I like the way Jalen's playing right now. That's what gives me the most hope for tonight. He's really in his bag. He got to get rid of the football. I don't want him making no mistakes, but when he's on schedule, man, it's not too many people better.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When he's on schedule. So if he's on schedule tonight and we can run the rock, man, I think we can win this game. I really do. But let's see it. I don't like the Monday night games though. I hate them.
I'm curious to see what Green Bay team shows up because they've been very Jekyll and Hyde. You don't know what team you're gonna get. I mean, if they come out lethargic and y'all come out on top of y'all shit, they could be in for a long day. If that offense is struggling and they ain't finding a rhythm, y'all could be in for a long day. But if they on rhythm and they seem like they own their shit, then it could be for a long night, man. I see it being a close game regardless. And it's a pick 'em, man. You flip a coin, bro. I think this is a lot more even. You think you confident y'all gonna blow the doors off them. I think it's gonna be close, man. I don't know which way. I'll give y'all the slight edge just because of that tight end being hurt. That's a big piece of their offense out right now. That's huge. So I give y'all the upper hand based off of that, but I see like a 3-point win, 27-24, 30-27 type shit.
Yeah, I can see that. The reason I'm saying it because I'm kind of betting on the pass rush getting there.
Okay.
And us playing, efficient offense. That ain't always guaranteed, though. And even in the playoffs, we played them. It was tight for a minute.
Right.
But the better team usually finds a way to win, no matter how close it is. You've seen it. We've seen it.
Yeah.
It could be like 10-7, and next they're going to pull away.
Yeah.
At some point. So hopefully that happens tonight. We shall see. I had to go ahead and get this Fubo shit because it's not on the game.
Damn, because the ESPN shit. Damn.
Yeah. So I got a month free. So hopefully within this month.
Big,
you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to pay that shit. But
nah, they crazy for they hurting them. They losing money doing that. They hurting themselves doing that, man.
Yeah, they give you like a little credit. Oh, go ahead.
You can't get it on like YouTube TV, ABC, or nothing because it's shown locally.
Nope. No, it's not showing ABC or ESPN.
Wow.
But Fubo, I got the Fubo, so I'm gonna watch it here on my computer.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? And I already checked, it's available. Like I couldn't even watch y'all game yesterday.
You ain't missed much.
Yeah, it was they had the Rams in San Fran as the top game, which I thought y'all game was the top game.
They flexed us out of it. When they found out Jaden wasn't playing, they flexed us out that shit.
Wow.
And Trump was there and everything. It was a spectacle like a motherfucker. But yeah, man.
Yeah, that sucks, man. So at this point, you think Jade is coming back? Are you still holding out?
I think he'll be healthy enough, but I'd rather not see him this year. Honestly, I'm torn, man, because of course I want him. If he's healthy, I want to see him play. But do I want to see him play with third string receivers on a 3-9, 3-10 team? No, I don't. Like, fuck it. Like, wrap him up and throw it into next season. I know that's not the way footballs are wired or the way they think it. I know if he's healthy, he's gonna want to play regardless of the record. But if you asking me as a fan, in my personal opinion, I'd rather just wait, bro. I'm so beat up this year. I'm waving a white fucking flag. I'm beat, dog.
Can y'all beat Miami? I think y'all gonna beat Miami.
Do I sound like we could beat Miami, bro?
That's crazy.
It's crazy. It's crazy to say, but no, I don't have confidence. It's not the offense. It's not the offense. I think offensively, even all the injuries, all the shit that we got, we can go out there and put up 25, 26 points. But the defense gonna give up 40. So, like,
what's up with Trey Amos?
He ruptured his fibula. He's out. 5 for the year.
Damn.
Broke his fibula. Yeah, he's out. Out.
Wow.
No, they put him on IR. They haven't said for the year yet, but he's done for the year too, dog.
Yeah, damn. Oh, then you got to get to the offseason at this point.
That's what I'm saying.
Fucking around had a first pick, second, third pick.
The Jets are terrible. The Titans are terrible. But after that, my nigga, we might be 3 or 4. And honestly, as bad as it seems, like that's almost what I'm hoping for, because if we get the 3rd round pick, and this makes me throw up to even say, and somebody needs a quarterback, then we can trade that pick, get some picks for this year, get some picks for next year, and start putting some talent around it. But then, all right, we got these picks. Adam Peter, you better hit on these motherfuckers.
Gotta hit.
Even the draft picks, like some of them are really hitting, some of them really haven't. And I'm not talking about 4th or 5th rounds. I'm talking about 2nd and 3rd. So I mean, we gotta get better in a lot of areas right now.
Are you out on Sanders Drill?
Never. He's a Michigan player, man. I'm not. I'll
Right.
never be out on him. I loved him coming out of the draft. I loved him last year. He's definitely struggling this year. I don't know if he's out of position. He's naturally supposed to be a boundary corner in the NFL, or if Joe Witt's not putting him in very advantageous situations. And he's a very smart corner. Like, he could do a zone match scheme to perfection, but you got him out there on the island against these shifty ass slot corners in space 1-on-1. And then they throw man beaters at you. It's like you serving him up on a silver platter. So I like to give him a fair shot and kind of see where he's at, man. I think he's still a cornerstone in this organization, but he's not having a good year right now, bro, at all.
Yeah, that's just like a reflection of the whole team. Nobody's having a fucking good year.
Exactly.
Over there. So yeah, it's something that's gonna take an off season to fix. New coaches, new philosophies, new schemes, new players, all that shit.
Yeah.
At this point. You know what I mean? So it's like you got to recalibrate everything and get
At least
some.
on the defensive end, for sure. I mean, and you never know. Cliff still might leave. He's still going to be a hot candidate for coach, so we might see 2 new coordinators in there. But and I don't mind that. We need an influx of talent in there. Like, we need talent, bro. Like, enough's enough. Get us some talent in there.
Yeah, real shit. Yeah, both sides. Yeah, the Debo thing. I mean, he's plays, but he's without Terry being on the field, you're not going to get what you really want.
Nope.
He's just another guy.
Yep.
You know, he's just another guy. So yeah, that is what it is, man. I mean, sometimes shit, you have seasons like this. You know what I mean? It's a part of the whole. It just sucks having them after the NFC Championship.
Yeah, but I was joking with my son today, and I'm like, you know what? I slept better last night knowing we suck and we were going to get our ass whipped rather than having expectation and being disappointed. Like last year, I slept like a baby and I was excited because we was winning all these games. Then the first couple of weeks, I was pissed off because we were losing games. That Monday night game against Chicago, I barely slept at all. I was pissed off. Last night, man, I didn't give a damn. I already knew. I'm like, man, this shit, man. It's almost like you kind of come to peace with being ass, which sucks. But I'm not putting my hard-earned effort and you know what I mean, time and patience and fucking blood pressure into thinking this team's about to win when we end. I'm gonna watch all the games. I'm still rock my gear, but I already know what it is.
Right. Yeah, for sure. I don't blame you, man.
You know what I mean?
I don't blame you. Yeah. So yeah, that should be dope. Down. It'd be good to watch that game early in the day. I actually like that because it's like all day football.
Oh yeah. And I've never experienced that before. I think the last time we played was, couldn't tell you the last time we played an overseas game. But yeah, I'm gonna wake up in the morning to watch it. Should be dope.
Right. I'm gonna jump to this one little joint that
let's do it.
Ready to watch some football.
What time is it? Oh, okay, you got time.
6:01. Yeah, let me see. Hey, all right. So who you think gonna win this battle, man? Cassidy versus Easy the Block Captain. I think it's coming up sometime in December.
I think that I like Cassidy a lot more as a person. I think that as a brother, I like him a lot more. But I think you know where I'm going with this. I think that
I
think Easy might give him a little bit of a run for his money. I think Cass, like the Commanders has to change some shit up. You know what I mean? We gotta kind of pivot from what worked for you in the past and kind of start gearing toward.
Remember though, but he did change up though. Remember he did a couple of them battles.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was. You're right.
That was years ago, bro.
Yeah,
so I mean, he's an old dog and he's a mean fucking dog and he's still a dog. But is he gonna go back to his old tricks or is he gonna evolve and be able to give the entertainment that we're gonna need to be able to go against? Because Easy's gonna get the oohs and the eyes like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? And I think Cassie's gonna go there and start poking him. And I would love. Are they gonna do like a sit down and like the all that shit that they
already kind of had something? That's what made me talk. Cause I seen something on Instagram. They had a little face. It wasn't the official one. Right. But they was in each other's face already. You know how Cassidy be getting people.
Cass gonna tear his ass up in that boy. Cass about to hype this shit up. So I mean, hopefully he could deliver, man. I'm rooting for Cass, but my heart tells me that Easy gonna get him.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Cass, man. Do I think Easy's hotter right now? I think he's probably one of the top battle rappers right now. Absolutely. But Cass is a legend.
Yeah.
He's a legend at this shit. And I think you can beat the shit out of Easy, which you know what, with the Ram, even though it's kind of old,
yeah,
you can still beat him up with that shit. You can beat him up with a couple other things. Now you can still stick on that, you know what I mean, all 3 rounds, and maybe dig up some motherfucking dirt or something like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You just gotta find some dirt. I don't know what's out there. And Cassidy's gonna have to switch a couple of things up. You know, and his cadences, and I mean, he's. I'm not trying to tell him like, you know, I know better than him, but I know this new style's a little bit different.
Yeah,
than the style that he's like you was alluding to, the style that he's been employing over the last, few years and whatnot. But I have hope that he definitely can, do it. He's gonna have to try to get under his skin. Yep. I've seen a couple battles where people visibly got under Easy skin, and you know it when he start moving, he can't stay still and shit. He start laughing and all that shit and acting like it ain't funny when the whole crowd is going in. So it's gonna be epic, man. It's gonna be epic. But it's still battle rap to me don't get the respect that it deserves in the industry. Like this shit may happen and nobody gonna talk about it.
No, and I mean a lot. I mean, and there's a lot of reasons behind that. I mean, we can go into a lot of reasons why was not getting one because his culture is so fucked up that we don't even recognize real talent. And then you got a battle rap where you got so many leagues kind of stretching each other thin. I think we even did a video on it where it's like nobody wants to see just the culture of battle rap win. They all trying to just get there. So it's and then we live in a society where motherfuckers can't pay attention for more things, more than 5 seconds worth of shit. And we watch a billion videos a day and our eyes are desensitized to shit that we don't know how to sit back and really enjoy something. You know what I mean? That's why I hope Cassidy really does hype this up, because conversations will start breeding excitement and anticipation, and people will actually go watch it, because that's what we need. Cassidy's perfect for this type of situation. Hopefully, if he does bring asses to seats, he just delivers. And if he does, I'm gonna be the first one to come on here, eat crow, and say I was wrong, and I'll be happily wrong, because that's our dog.
Is it I was gonna say, is it, do you think this is overdue, this battle?
It's hard to say because of how the
right.
excitement and culture of battle rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, for example, like UFC, you see UFC fights, they're big, they're huge. If you're a UFC fan and you can sit back and you can kind of imagine, all right, yeah, we need to see this fighter against this fighter. He whooped his ass, they whooped his ass. Now we need to see them together. We haven't seen these two doing a thing and having conversation and excited. I mean, Easy's been in doing this thing. Cass hasn't done it for a while, but the anticipation and the buildup is just so thinned out, man. Now it's just like, it's gonna happen when it happens. Like, people's excitement is just not there the way it used to be, unfortunately.
You think that Remy shit is old now? You think you still beat him up with that?
If you do it right way, hell yeah.
Yeah, you gotta do it the right way.
If he can do it the right way. He's smart enough and clever enough. Is it going to deliver to where it can reach the new listeners' ears? You're not listening. People aren't listening from the 90s, and it's these new listeners, bro. So you're gonna have to. That's how easy it's gonna get them. You know what I mean? To be able to be relatable, you gotta. Hopefully, Cass could be relatable sonically, and I think that he definitely could stand up lyrically with him.
Yeah, my last thing I'm gonna say, man, is that those dudes, man, is geniuses, all of them.
Ridiculous.
To be able to, and I even see dudes like coming up with stuff off the top right there.
Yep.
Because sometimes you got to be able to do that, like the nuances of the battle rap. Someone might say something like, "Well, damn, I got to say this right now." I see dudes do it, then they jump into their little shit they got memorized, man. To be able to memorize that, well, you know, with the crowd and all the things that can go wrong, and you know, somebody's right in your face, so you can forget. It could be distractions here or there. Straight genius. It's different than performing a song. You know what I mean? Everything's going for you. Everything's going against you. Everybody mean mugger. You might be people from his hood or whatever, looking at you, saying that. It's different, in my opinion. So shout out to those dudes. All y'all dudes are geniuses, man.
Without question. You figure it's 30 to 45 minutes worth of memorization they got to do in the midst of chaos. You know what I mean? And then come off the top and maybe hit it and then transition. The genius is undeniable. And that's why I think you're upset that they don't get as much credit, because there's so much genius and beauty to the shit. You know what I mean? We know everything they're saying is not true, and all the shit that they're saying may be a little sensationalized, but goddamn, you can appreciate the way they put the shit together. It's masterful. You know what I mean? And it's not appreciated enough, man. Salute to them brothers.
If I'm Cass, I'm making up some shit.
Yeah.
Shit. I'm making up. I mean, to win the battle, what's up? You know what I mean?
My last 5 minutes will be in how fucking Papoose whooped your ass. I'm fucking highlighting that whole shit.
I got the video. I got the video. Act like I'm showing the video or something.
Hell
shit.
Yeah, tell a whole fucking story. Light his ass up.
Word. But yeah, man, definitely appreciate y'all listening in. We'll be back, man, on Friday to give a little bit more, you know, to y'all. So I appreciate y'all listening in.
Yes, sir.
You know, we'll be, you know, hopefully we'll be talking about the Eagles win, you know, Friday or whatnot. But if not, hey, it is what it is, man. With that being said, we out of here, man. Peace.
Peace out.